to the studio. I'm David Austin with DavidAustinGallery.com. And oh my gosh, have we got a show for you today. Sue Auchenfels is back in the house with us. But not just Sue, we have a million other people here. Yay. I can't count very well, so I don't do math. That's why I make my art. So we have a bunch of people from where are they from, Sue, again?
Lake Superior Abstract Interest Group, just a local group here in Twin Parks.
And can they find them on the Facebook page?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page.
Okay, well, nice. And there may or may not be a link there somewhere, but check it out. So we're going to have some fun today. We've got someone painting on chairs back there. We're going to introduce everybody. We got somebody working, it looks like with oil pastels or something like that. That's awesome. A couple of other painters here working 25 by 24 or 24 by 24. And most we couldn't find any 24 by 24s like we told them to bring. They listened. We didn't bring them. So I've got 18 by 24 and so does Sue here. And one of the things I want to talk about today personally, and they're going to paint along and they're going to maybe follow or not follow. I want everybody to encourage everybody, try something new today. All right, that's that hashtag we talk about, create without fear. It's really super exciting to just try something new. And in fact, I have a little bit of a melange stuff set out here in front. And here's the exciting thing, guys, that are on the internet part, is that we're going to be having, our kits are finally going to be coming out through Royal Talons. North America, thank you at Royal Talons, North America. So those will be available very soon. We thought we were available for you guys to actually do the box opening today. It didn't happen. We just couldn't line it up in time. But there's going to be a variety of things within our little kit that you might see some palette knives, some markers, some acrylic inks, some Amsterdam acrylic inks, some Amsterdam acrylics. And so there's going to be a lot of other cool stuff. And some Bruzel now is carrying these sticks. So that'll probably be in there too. That's pretty exciting. I want to encourage all of you lovely ladies to come up and experience some of this stuff and try it out. Try something new today. And then we want to hear about it. You know, I think it's a good thing to do, right? So what do you say? Let's paint. So I always like to start with my gloves on. That's fun. I was almost completely laid out today, but not quite. What do you do? You did a you got a background.
Yeah, this is just
nice.
Excess paint.
Excess paint.
Exactly.
And then others have they have some prep surfaces too to work on. You guys can paint whenever you want. You don't have to wait for me.
Ready, set, go. Yeah.
Ready, set, go. So I like to start. So I'm going to be just talking. You guys don't have to pay attention to me, but if you overhear something you like, feel free to say something. So a lot of times I like to get water on my canvases and get some gestural work going with my Rembrandt soft pastels. These are a lot of fun, a lot of high pigments in them. This one's just a black. And I'll drag my hand over it to give a little blending action too. So I can actually blend when I'm going. So I'm clearly an abstract artist, anybody that's followed me for any length of time. And Sue's pretty much abstract expressionist, huh?
Yes.
Abstract expressionist, representational maybe. We got some other abstract pieces here because it is an abstract club.
Yes, it is. Yep.
So that's wonderful. I'm going to go around the room here too as we get started, and we're going to have introductions by people if you don't mind. So you all know Sue, right? Sue Auchenfels. We got the previous checker out of the previous one of our previous.
The train.
The train is going by. That's always exciting. And so let's go around the room. Can we go around the room, Kristen, and just introduce people as we go?
These guys are really busy.
They're already busy. They're going. Okay. So let's see. Help me out.
Edna.
Edna. Introduce yourself, Edna.
Hi, I'm Edna Starquist, and I'm new to abstract art, and I'm trying to fall.
There you go.
And hi, I'm Marty Hustrom, and I have been painting abstract for about 2 and also having fun.
Hi, I'm Kim Muskla, and I usually do oil pastels, and my art inspires me to write.
Oh, nice.
I am Chris Nelson, the chairman, and the chair is my canvas. My goal is to paint 1,000 chairs before I'm 100. I just turned 72, so.
You gotta get crafty.
Well, this is chair number 568.
You can do it.
She's got it going on. That's awesome. So I did some mark making with the pastels and the chalk, and now I have some gesso that I'm playing with. And there's two basic, actually there's one, the standard, one of the easy ways to do any kind of abstract pieces is the general rule, it's like 1/3, 2/3. So you kind of divide your canvas up into 1/3, set one section, 2/3 in another, and then you have like a color difference between the two, or you have textural differences between the two. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit on this piece here. And then you can do something a little more unusual, like a 50-50 kind of an approach. And that means kind of dividing the canvas right in half. And then you can actually take a smaller part, like a little bit, like a 10%, a very small area, and give it a pop of color or really high contrasting something or other with it. And so I'm going to do a contrasting left and right hemisphere, and then put something really bright and shiny. I think it's going to be really cool. And they're doing some mark making over there too. I like that.
Did you say that's gesso?
Yeah, I threw some gesso on there.
It just seems really smooth and creamy.
Yeah. So what brand is it? Well, it's probably Amsterdam.
Got it.
Probably Amsterdam would be the most obvious choice in this building. Then I'm going to do a little palette knife work here. So pick up some of that color at the top. Well, yeah, as usual, put too much on there. So I'm going to take, this is how I like to deal with my over exuberant paint process. I'm going to put it there and just scrape it right off onto the next one. We'll get back to this later. And I am not one to waste paints, and this is from the two toddlers yesterday.
They're not toddlers anymore. They will tell you they are 4.5. They're 4.5.
4.5.
And they are not babies.
They are not babies.
Yes. And I made that mistake yesterday.
How could you? So they have a melange of grays here because a lot of kids will mix things up to get gray. Some of this looks like very suspect paint.
There might be grass in it.
Maybe some grass.
Sure.
So I'm just using one of my watercolor brushes. I like a lot of different materials. I like to use a lot of different kinds of textures, colors, different kinds of paints. I think it's really a good thing to do.
All right, everybody, I had too much coffee today, so my hand might be a little shakier than usual.
You got some shakes going on, dude?
I do. I got the sharp knife, and I was like, never mind, that I can't be trusted with the sharp knife.
No sharp knife for you.
I actually put it out of my own reach. I was like, nope, don't even.
Just using up some of the.
Ooh, stencils. Which
Yeah,
I hardly
stencils.
ever do. I'm really inexperienced with stencils, so I would not be offended with it. All right.
I like that.
Try something new. Try some other
I like this.
sticks or whatever. It's really a lot of fun.
Welcome everybody joining us online today. We have an unusual show because we have a lot of people today.
Lots of fun painters from around the Duluth area, right? Everybody's from Duluth?
Okay.
Big area.
Nice. Oh, they used purple.
You found purple.
They found, it's the one color I have so much extra of in my box. I don't know about everybody else in here, but there is a lot of purple in my storage area. Absolutely. Well, that's the markers, as you know, but you should definitely try to. Yeah.
Sticks.
Yeah, so those are the paint sticks. Let me see if I can help you out with that mess. I've got something crazy going on around here that I'll show later.
People can see what we're up to today.
These chocolate ones, I got these for my
Reach there.
grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
What's cool about these is the blendability.
I love them and I thought,
So
well,
you can
They're
blend
great.
right in with the other paints.
They're not just for grants. They're not. Paint the sticks. I know, yeah.
But I always like to ask everybody out there on the interwebs if they're painting today. Who's painting today?
Somebody's gonna be painting, right?
I know Anastasia likes to drink her coffee while she watches us.
Oh, hi. Is she there?
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you again. Everybody who shows up, we love to see everybody here,
These are really fun.
right? It's just so easy to do. I go through the whites really quick for Blender. I love them for Blender, so it's the first thing I go out. I wish, if any paint suppliers are out there watching us, Mary, for example. I don't know what she's up to, but give me packs of the white paint sticks, please. For the love of God.
Use them as blenders.
I use them as blenders. It works super well. I really like doing it a lot. I'm trying to find.
Oh, Roca is going out to cut strange shapes out of wood to use to paint with later.
Nice.
Oh, Argentina's with us. Oh, hi, Marisa.
Argentina.
How you know all of your audience.
Nice. What time is it in Argentina? They're on the southern hemisphere, so.
Opposite AM or PM, but the same
Is it
time.
like middle of the
So
night over there?
it'd be 10:45 for PM, I think.
So can we,
When you see the Australians show up, that you know somebody doesn't.
I've never, you know, and
Some people don't sleep.
I did orange, and I painted over that, so it kind of blended with my orange, so I don't know what it's gonna do, to be honest, but
Oh, I like that.
yeah.
Yeah, you've got so
I
I
should
think I'm gonna walk around for a second.
Yeah, why don't I come with you? I'll do a little walk.
You gonna try to walk around? We got too many cameras, so are you just gonna turn that towards me?
It gets the whole room. It's the wide angle one.
Kristen loves a challenge, so if she can handle way too many things at once, she's happy. That's why she married me. So this is cool. So you came in with it. Say the name again.
Margie?
Margie.
Yeah.
Margie, because I don't remember.
I know, me too.
So that's like, and we only met these people today. This is really exciting. You came in this together, painted with us. So you started out, you did some art making, it looks like. What did you use to, oh, you have your paint sticks too?
Yes, I got these to my grandkids, and I thought these are really fun.
They sell them as a kid product.
And then these Woody's, love these Woody's.
Oh, these are.
Water soluble, yep.
I didn't go there. Yeah, these are from, I don't actually have these, but I've heard about these.
Okay, hold on, yeah,
Put it in front of my hand now. They're cool.
There we go, now we can actually see it.
Try to hold it. I had a lot of coffee too. So these are a lot of fun. Betty Franks uses these a lot, and some of the other.
Yeah, water soluble.
That is sweet.
And
You got some nice pink going in. You got this nice grid to help create some structure, right? So where are you going with this in brief? I mean, what's your idea here? Are you just making it up?
I'm just leaving it out, I'm just playing and just experimenting and have no plan.
What blows your mind for inspiration?
Pattern and color.
Pattern and color. You're in a good place for that. We got a lot of patterns, we got a lot of colors. We got all the
No color.
grid of the industry here is fantastic. It's just in the big hills of Duluth. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Come visit Duluth.
Yeah.
Hashtag Duluth.
Yeah.
So, this is cool. And I like the contrast she's got on too, between the black and the brighter colors. And I don't know what I'm doing over there on mine, so that's why I'm wandering around. So,
Wow, that was a beautiful place.
yeah, let's go over here in this place. Let's go somewhere. Oh, stencils. All right, you mentioned before. She's divided it up almost in quadrants almost, which is a really great way too to help create that structure we were just talking about. And it's a little bit off, so you can see it's not all even, so it's not perfectly squared up, right? I'm guessing that was intentional.
Yes, absolutely.
Instead of like a checkerboard or something.
That's you betcha.
Yeah, you betcha.
Yeah, you betcha.
That's how you know we're up here. We used to say up in the UP in Michigan, but we're in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
But we're still in Minnesota.
Siobhan is so nice. She says she feels like family whenever she watches.
Yeah, well, we were around here. Thanks for tagging me this morning, by the way. If anybody paints anything that's inspired by what you see in our shows, tag us in it. I want to see it. I really want to see it. So, well, this is cool. So she's doing some stencil work. She did some art making as well to kind of give that background. A lot of artists will do that. This is cool. She pre-painted this background with this nice bright red and orange. Sometimes you gotta do that. You work in layers, let a layer dry and then go up instead of just all working in wet. Wet into wet. Wet into wet's hard to do. Look over here. Who's over here? Oh, pastel, oil pastels. Ah,
These
she's,
are not oils,
these are the soft ones?
yeah. I prefer oils.
Rembrandt's soft pastels.
You went out of your usual.
Yeah.
Royal Talons again. She's got Rembrandt pastels, some of our favorite. And look at the packaging. These things are amazing, in good shape. Love these things.
Yeah, I've experimented with box, but I really like the oil pastels and paper.
Nice. And all you're gonna do maybe a little bit with some paint markers
And
too.
I'm happy to do those.
Yeah, those are the oil-based ones. Those are a little bit more complicated, I think.
Yeah,
to
they're,
work with.
it seems like they block.
Yeah, they can do it. Depends on. I like the acrylic ones because it blends with the water media stuff pretty well for me.
What about oil pastels? Because I've been making cards and then trying to write, because so much
Oh, yeah.
writing comes through my heart.
Ah, the language thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed it because they got here this morning and it's set up. But I do a lot with the procedure and work too. It's not fun.
It is.
So you'll see that in my work. You guys know that watch it. And the chair painter on number 500 and what?
No, I lost count.
568. Wow. Holy cow, look at that. And she's working with some acrylics, are you? Nova. Our good friend Betty Franks encourages these. If you want hers, check her. She has a big following on Insta and on YouTube and everywhere else. So she uses Nova and several other people. These are great paints too.
Yeah, there's a Disney connection. They're from
It could be, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
We use Amsterdam.
Did you mention that?
I'm going back this way.
The lilac, and so we look at the lilac.
The lilacs is good. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention that. She has the smell too. That's nice.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm doing over here. I got sidetracked a little bit, and now I'm gonna see if I can get back on track today. But that's what you have to do. Sometimes you get off track, and then you gotta take a break and walk around. This is the black gesso. You know I love it. I'm almost out. So I'm using a lot of brush today. I don't know why. Why, Kristen? Why are you using so much brush today?
I don't know.
I think last time I was here, you did a lot of the palette.
Yeah.
I think because you were painting with the kids this week.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they were really heavy into brushes, the two of them. Well, and then the rollers.
The
And there
roller.
was an argument over rollers.
Yeah, we had to have enough rollers for everybody.
Yeah.
Good night. Go ahead.
Classes?
What's that?
You do kids classes?
Do I
or
do
you
kids
just
classes?
Working with your own kids and your friends and doing art and stuff.
Well, we have a 4.5-year-old, as Kristen made sure to point out earlier, that they're very, and his little friend comes over and stays with us during the day, so her parents can get work done. Since we work out of the house, we can get away with some of that. But so we paint a lot. He's in a lot of the shows. The best shows we do is when he's painting. Nobody wants to see me. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I love working with him in the studio.
Helping Helga, we don't know yet. We haven't figured out if we're going to do online classes. But if you're in the Twin Ports area, check us out and maybe we can line something up.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Rembrandt pastel. Yeah. So as you're building layers up, you can scrape them back down. If you watched last week, we did that. We built up on the black canvas, and then we had very, very thick paint, and then we scraped sections of that off and create a really cool effect because of the absorbency of the canvas or the paper in that case. We love working with paper because it's so absorbent as well. So now I'm just kind of doing some layering and some work with the palette knives. I want to transfer a little color from one to the other. You can see already we've got like a 50-50 mix going. Oh, she's gone. She's over there. Our guests are more interesting.
Hello.
Well, they,
And what's your name again?
yeah, right?
That's right.
Mud.
All right, what were you saying?
No, it doesn't matter. I forgot already, you know.
God, the network is just trash today.
You having trouble holding on
It
to
keeps dropping signal. I'm sorry to anybody.
So using the blade of this, you can create some really, really fun, quick edges, quick, almost like vegetation in there. It's just a quick gesture of blade to get a little bit of texture. And that's where those extra kinds of tools are nice to have around to use. And then I'm transferring some of that back over here because we're creating some layers now by using that contrast of shape and color. We're creating some extra layers in it. And these guys here, these gals, are doing the same thing with theirs. So you'll see that as we go around here. So the basic techniques that everybody's going to be using when they're creating artwork. And it doesn't matter if you're abstract or realism, that some of the principles are going to be exactly the same. It's just, what are you painting? What is your subject matter? You know, I think this is really going really nice already. Woo!
Getting some layering.
Woo! Love it. And then I like to scratch through stuff, really abuse it. It's one of the reasons I like to use my
And I use the skewer.
boards. If you got the skewer, she's scratching through it, create some nice texture in there. You like to scratch too? Who likes to scratch through their paint? Anybody? You like that too? That's another technique. Just moving that paint around. It's improvisational. I'm trying to just get a sense for where I'm going. I did not really have a plan for the painting today. Everybody always asks me, do you have a plan? A lot of times I do. Today I don't, because today I'm, I was mostly interested in seeing what everybody else is going to do, and maybe I can learn some stuff. I would like to learn something. That's right. And so that was more of my interest today. But a lot of times I plan. Today I didn't.
Do you like sketch ahead of time at all?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You do.
Yeah.
I have to check first. I have to check where sketch person is closed.
Put me all over the place.
Yeah. Although he's really good about not leaving it there, but I still check.
It's good.
Yeah, that's smart.
And I appreciate that. My wife.
Is that because you've watched a couple of sketches?
I've
Not
done
yet.
one.
Oh,
I
nice.
did
He
one.
did one to himself.
Yeah, that was all me, for sure.
You have to watch my husband's wallet.
Oh,
Just a
no.
couple times his wallet trick, and then, you got so you checked.
One time I washed my husband's wallet and he was going on a trip and I decided to put it in the microwave to dry it out.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no. That even made it even more fun.
So this is a blank marker, and I put in acrylic ink from Amsterdam, and this is that fluorescent orange. So this is cool stuff. The blank is from Malto.
No
Those are
sense of
really
humor
great.
you have though.
And you just take the top off and put it in. When you shake these though, here, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Shake it with the cap on. And then carefully take this off, because a lot of times this piece will be wandering around in there. So I've lost them completely in the studio.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use some of that and just create some of that 10% region on this piece. Some really bright colors. Pop them in there. I don't care if I get a little dirty there, that's fine. It'll come off on the next one, right? Get some highlights in there. It's just, I love the acrylic markers, but they didn't have all the colors that I wanted or the broadness and the standard ones. So I got these blanks because they're 2.5 inches or something like that. It gives a really broad stroke. I use these a lot in finishing, technique. It's really fun. It's cool to do. Yeah, you can get all kinds of different tips on them, for sure. You know, Amsterdam makes great ones. I like these for finishing in particular. And those are the ones, but there's several other brands. You know, use what you can get. Definitely use what you can get. Go back in with a little bit.
He doesn't like trees.
But I don't know. what about the article? Yeah, it's, each different vendors, different salaries, and
So glad you invited us.
Yes. Oh, gosh, thank you. I was getting into painting.
Oh,
I forgot
nice.
to tell her.
Got to keep talking. Does anybody have any questions today for us? Oh, there's a lot going on, so.
There's a lot going on. I don't even know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna do something a little different too. This is a mica powder. So this is a mica powder, and you can add this in with like a clear medium too, and it'll create a really neat, it'll suspend the mica, and then it'll create a lot of reflective surfaces. I'm not gonna necessarily do that today. I'm just gonna spread it around on this and do something kind of cool. But this is another really great tool. Look into the crafts industry. There's some great stuff there. And you know, Sue, you're really good at doing that too. And I can see some of the others are as well, using some of the craft materials that are available.
Yes.
And like the kid stuff. Kid stuff is great. Plus it's non-toxic. So it's fun to paint with. But I'm gonna sprinkle this around here. I'm gonna do something crazy in a minute. And I have no idea.
He's working on, I think everybody is working on canvas up here, and then back here, we have paper and chair. Which I can keep bored.
She's working on wood today.
That was a question from TikTok.
Sweet. Nice to see TikTok today. Hope you all are well. Quite a few followers added this week there on TikTok, I noticed.
Yeah, we need to get back to doing a couple lives a week. So just one.
I like that. So I'm using the sticks for some highlight areas, but are you on me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show this real quick. And I have no idea, I haven't done this before, but I'm about to do it. And it's kind of related to the poured painting process. So what I did earlier is I had some of that gesso down here, and then I poured in some poured painting material from, I don't know what company that is, and then added a little water to thin it out even more because I wanted some weird stuff to happen. And then this is the mica powder on the outside. So I'm gonna see what happens when I pull the ring off. And maybe it's good, maybe it's not. But how are you ever gonna get better if you don't push that limit? Because what's our hashtag, everybody?
Play.
Without fear.
Create without fear. Hashtag create without fear.
Not the fear part and the play part.
Okay, you ready? Let's see. This could be a disaster. It's glued on, I can't get it off. It fused in that short of time. And I'm gonna throw this over here. I didn't do exactly what I wanted, so I'm gonna help that in some way or another. Yeah. I'm just gonna do a little bit of help. And if we don't like it, we can scrape it all off. So let's see where we go first.
I was working with a client on a website the other day. It fits in the other room. I mean, it's slime. And all of a sudden, I heard some noises, and I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, I have to leave. There's a slime emergency. And Alex like, we have banned it from our house. And I'm like, I understand. I had to peel it out for a year.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Yeah, that's Hugo's little friend. And apparently at bedtime, there was more that came out. I don't know if I like this or not, but I'm gonna let it go, and maybe I'll come back to it in a minute. In the meantime, I've got kind of a little bit of a thing going here with my 50-50. I haven't painted in like 3 days to speak of.
Oh.
I had to rearrange the studio. I could not function in here. It was wall to wall to wall, cacophony. And it was just, that's my word of the week.
Cacophony.
Cacophony.
Yeah, that is good.
Don't ask me to spell it. I kind of like it, Kristen, but I kind of hate it. So, you know.
Do you find that you almost hate your piece halfway through and you persevere and make it work, or you know, I mean, is that kind of
Yeah.
a common experience for you, or
Did they hear the question?
No, can you repeat it?
Yeah.
do you find that when you're working halfway through, you hate your piece?
Ah.
Like you persevere and,
Yeah, that's a good question. So, and we get that. How do you know it's done becomes a thing. But if you're halfway through the piece and you're just hating it, you probably haven't gone far enough. And there's no harm in going further because you're not going to wreck anything. Just go further. Push through that barrier, people. That's the hardest thing to do. My most productive part of my painting is the last probably 15 minutes of my time painting. And I can paint for 2, 3, 4 hours, and it's struggle and struggle and struggle, and then I sit down in my favorite rocking chair from my mom, and bless her heart, and it comes. It just comes. You know, and I'm like, that's it, Eureka, and you go back and you do, because you had your butt in seat, right? You said that, Kristen?
Yes.
Butt in seat.
Now I have a question because I work mostly on paper.
Yeah.
What can I put on paper? I mean, I use these oil pastels.
Yeah. What kind of paper do you work with? What
Well,
weights?
it's been the pastel paper. So.
Yeah, a little lighter grade.
Yeah.
So I like working with paper a lot. I like the 140 pound, I like,
Hot press cotton
Hot
rag.
press, yeah, because it's really smooth. And I like the 100% cotton because of the absorbency of it. So that's what when I work with paper, I do. And one of our earliest, some of you that were tuned in, I had that 52-inch by 14-foot roll of paper I've been working on for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
So we were working on that one. But I do everything on it. I do the acrylic paints, I do everything.
So as long as it's a heavier grade.
Yes, then you want to have a heavier one. And it's gonna wrinkle maybe, but other people will stretch it and tape it to boards and things like that. And you can do that. I don't. I just paint on it. Because I don't mind those accidents, those happy little trees that occur. See, there was gonna be a reference in there. It came out of nowhere. So I really think that you should just, go for it. Grab some heavy. You can't find them in the local stores usually. You gotta buy them from one of the big box, Blick or Jerry's or somebody cheap.
And
Joe's.
just type in heavy grade paper for painting.
Well, or watercolor paper.
Watercolor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get the blocks a lot of times. If I'm painting one off, so I'll get the blocks, and then you can, peel them off of the block, and I'll line up on the whole table, and then I'll just work from one to the other. That way, the material, if you have a little extra on there, you can spread it or do a model print. That's a really fun way to go, guys. I'm about to actually maybe do something here. If I hate this when I look back at it in a second, I might do some crazy stuff over here. Because, that's
Because you can.
because I can. So this is kind of that concept. This is really not a finished piece in my book, so nobody give me anything about that. But this is showing that 50-50 thing, almost like one page of a storybook. And then you've got like a really bright, highly saturated area. We've changed the shape. We've added this circle. We've got this really bright color. And so that's what I'm talking about, that 10%. So I think it's really interesting to do that. Look at your paintings and try and compare one painting to another painting that's completely different. It might actually work together. There's some really great artists out there that are combining pieces like that. And some are dividing the canvas like that. So I may work on this some more because I don't normally work this way. This one's a mess. We were talking about 1/3, 2/3, and we kind of have that happening. So we've got this area here that's a little bit less, or it could be here. So in my case, I've got the 2/3 kind of overlapping, and then the 1/3 would be this horrible, ugly green thing that I did here that I'm probably going to kind of scrape off soon because it's terrible. It's just terrible. Oh, God, we're going to do something about that right now. There we go. Because I got something weird going on down on the floor too. Oh yeah, that's great. Kids make great mud for colors. And here we have some more down here. Oh yeah, that's great. So let's see what happens. I'm just going to scrape this right onto there as best I can. I might just do it this way so that it doesn't really get on my. I'll get my hand scraper. I'm just going to scrape this clean because I don't like it. Here we go. Wow, look at the effect underneath. This is what I'm talking about. That's that scraping technique I was talking about. You do burn through a lot of paint. Do it that way, but I like it. I'm gonna switch to this one. I think I'm gonna take just a little bit of that off this time. And leave a little bit of that ugly green. Oh, that's pretty interesting too, isn't it? And then should we take a little bit off of there? I think we should. I don't have a metal one, but I got this cute little 2-inch. You think you get these at the hardware store?
Oh, yeah.
How easy is that painting tools from the hardware store?
Oh, yeah, those are nice.
Quite get everything I wanted off of there. Try that again. Still not quite how I want. Try it again. That's good. Makes a nice sound too. So this already is a better paint. This piece. I think, don't you think?
I do, I like the hard edges. Okay.
So now we've created a little, we're back to that 1/3, 2/3 too, because you've got a lot of busyness, a little bit more busyness going here, and you've got this 1/3 of the piece that's now like blank canvas, so to speak. You can leave it this way. It's got some gestural pieces that are kind of like floral, in there. And that, I think that contrast between that light and dark is another easy way of making these work. Let's see what's going on in the other places here. Kristen is doing the rounds. I want to go see. We got the pastels working. She's got some of the chalk pastels from Rembrandt. Nice. So she really does. Sometimes the pastels take a while. You got to build that layer, right? Do you do a fixative and then layer up again? Do you ever do that?
No, well, I work mostly with oils, and I'm not an artist. I started doing art because a friend suggested, because I was grieving,
Oh,
and
sorry.
she said, art can help you out.
Yes.
She's an art therapist.
For
So
sure.
I just started with crayons, and then I moved to oil pastels, and then I experimented with a bunch of different materials, but I've always been drawn back to the oils.
So one of the favorite things I like doing, if you watch, you guys know this, is I like working with the canvas, the board, or even the paper. I'll moisten the paper up pretty well, and then use the pastel right into that wetness, and it gives you a really creamy, more kind of smooth look. It's really fun to do. And then if you want to try something, try the spray bottles up there too, and give it a little spritz and see what it does, because it'll spread. So after it's a dry piece too, like she has, you can spritz it with some water, and that'll spread that around too. So it's a really fun technique to do. And then we got some chair paintings going on. She's just going at it over there.
Everybody over on Instagram says yes, you are an artist.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that too.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I
need to be reminded.
Uh,
All are.
So that's cool. I just used anyway. This is neat too, what she's done here. Stop painting on my. But see, she's used the canvas of the chair, and she's got these branches coming up actually through using the chair branches and stuff. That's cool. What would that be called? The back of the chair?
Yes, and I have a garage with about 150 chairs. So when I get an idea,
The colors.
I look at my chairs and I say, this will make a good lilac
There you
chair
go.
because of these.
I think we're gonna do a furniture, abstract furniture. We should all do that. Wait, how did you get the dots? I missed this. I wasn't paying attention. Oh! Stencils again. So she just put it down and painted through it. I missed that. You've got some over here too. Can I pick that up?
Yeah.
I'll be careful.
That is just,
This is
some,
cool.
a chair, rug.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yes, yeah.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, and
Yeah, but it was such a
And
cool.
you can paint through this, but what I like using this too, because it's kind of spongy, is I'll put it in the, maybe we'll go over and do that. Put it in the paint and then push it down.
That's what we did.
Stamp.
That's what I did in most areas.
So check this out. Look at that. So she did that, some of these areas here. You like it? She got a couple circles that she used a piece on. That's probably that lid right there. Invented use of it. Some grooving music. I'm gonna do something with some stencils. Let's see. I like that. What do I have in my mess?
That's what you can use.
My mess. I got an idea. Let me try something. Should I do a bulldozer?
You have one?
Do we?
Do it. Full size or? I don't like any of these sections.
Spray bottles, David, do you have one that she can use?
Yes. Yeah, there's the big one up here, or if you want the fine mist, which might be a little less, they both do different things. So the fine mist is clearly fine. If you use a regular spray bottle like that one down there, like for cleaning, it does a different effect. So you can experiment with that too. Because it'll like blow the dust out and create some little dimples around too, which is fun.
Okay.
I'm gonna get crazy over here. What happened to the other one, Crystal?
The other what?
I'm gonna do some layering here. You think my spray bottle will work today?
No?
Oh, you've seen the show before. Shape well. I have no idea. I might have to go through 6 of these just to get one to work today. I don't take care of them. That's part of it. You really got to take care of it because that acrylic, it's such a fine tip on these. Oh, it's working. It's working, everybody. Oh, look, there's some spray over here. Oh, no, there's overspray. And this is from Marabou, and I love their art sprays, and I don't even know if you can get them in the States anymore. And I always spray off the ends. You better recap it.
Yeah.
These are some of my favorites tools, but again, everybody online, wear a respirator or at least a 95 because you should not breathe that stuff. Now that I've done it in front of all of you. I can't talk to you online or, if I'm doing that, but that's why I don't do a lot with demonstrations with these anymore because it is acrylic. You're atomizing it, it's plastic, and then you're going to be inhaling that and inhalating that. You don't want to do that. Wear your mask, people. Okay, let's see what happens when we take this off now that Kristen's backed up out of there. Come on, you should know better. Where are you going? Right, here we go. So, whoa, that's fun. What's this one doing here? Oh, that's fun too.
It's fun.
So now we're going to pick up some here from this, right here. And this is what my Rembrandt pastels came in. So I've got the little printer. And I'm going to do a little bit of a stamp here. Try to anyway. Sometimes I'll keep like acrylic ink or thinned out, really thin tray of it next to me, and then I can do the stamping and that. But I think this is working quite well. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Let's just use that around this quite a bit. Let's just see where this moves over here. This cacophony. There's the word again. Every time we say cacophony, what do? It's like one of those games you played in college. But this is kids oriented, so I can talk about that. I don't know if I like that. Oh, let's just go with the orange. I can't resist my orange. Orange. now I use some of that orange, and I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna use the big spray bottle. And we're gonna get that to just spread all over the place. And blend, I'm gonna just saturate it. And then we're gonna get that to move all over the place. And we might help that a little bit too. I'm gonna see what the water does at first, and then I may like encourage it a little bit. In fact, I may encourage it right now. Because one of my other favorite tools is the toy from the toy box, this toy hand trowel. And look at that curve there.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I'm gonna just do a little bit of here with this. Gesturing that a little bit. I don't know, I'm not gonna add orange. Oh, I added orange to this by accident, so I better continue kind of that concept a little bit here. Yeah, just a little bit added in for fun.
But yes, it's the distance through all of my cord.
You never know what's gonna happen. So where's that spray bottle? So now I'm gonna take the black. I'm gonna spritz it over this orange a little bit.
How long does it take for a can of seltzer to freeze?
Seltzer? No idea. Does that question come in?
No, but I have them in the freezer, and I'm just wondering if I should go make sure I don't have
Maybe.
exploding cans.
That's a valid question. I don't know the answer to that. So now this is my wash bucket. This has random paint in it. It's just all kinds of my brushes that reside in here until I make myself clean them. This is why I don't use brushes a lot.
How long do you use those?
And I have no idea sometimes.
Yeah.
So now I'm just using that to create some additional interesting. There we go. Let's do something here. Kristen has left the building. The party can start now, everybody. Woo! I'm just kidding. She is the party. My wife is the party. So using some of that, we talked a little bit before, I know what I did, about the port painting stuff, Jackson Pollock made very, very famous for a while. But there were a lot of other people that were playing with that. Hans Hoffman was before Jackson Pollock. But there's some debate whether or not Jackson and Lee actually saw Hans's paintings, because when he did a big exhibit back in, I forget the dates it was, and I'm sorry people, I don't remember the dates. But Hans didn't put those drip paintings, those poured drip paintings into that show because it wasn't something he did a lot of. So it was discontinuous from it. I think it was a Peggy Guggenheim show, one of her shows. Glad one of us is taking photos. This is a textured paint. This one's from Marabou as well. I love the textured paints. They're just a lot of fun to work with. I'm going to get my favorite wedge shape. Yeah, I'm liking that too.
Oh, yes.
I like it.
That's cool.
See, I liked the stroke I did on that, and now I don't like it so much. So I'm trying to debate whether or not I'm going to scrape that down again or try and add something or not.
Is this the one that you had that extra?
Yeah, I just dumped the stuff on. Yeah, the other paint's back here.
Protected.
Yeah.
This is what happens when I let him go buy new surfaces.
Yeah. That's why I cleared out Michael's today.
It was buy one, get two again.
Yes.
We had bigger ones left, so.
Yeah, I didn't buy them all. I can't guarantee you somebody else before you get there. Yeah, I don't really know where this piece is gonna go, but I'm gonna do some stuff to it as we go today, or maybe not. So who has some shows coming up? Anybody got shows? Somebody? Anybody?
I've got one in October
You got one in October? Where's that?
at the Edge.
The Edge? Where's the Edge?
In Big Fort Arts Center.
Montana? Oh, Minnesota. Who else has a show?
We have a roundabout.
Make sure you speak up because we don't have mics on you guys.
Okay, the roundabout art tour in Carlton County. So we have 8 different venues,
No kidding.
including the towns of Cloquet, Carlton, and Renton.
That is
It
fantastic.
is July 7th, and a good example would be, we have the Encore from the Art Center and Gallery, where actually Sue Rochenfels is our star artist right now. That show's going on, but the next show will be called The Roundabout, and it's all local artists that exhibit. And so the Encore Performing Arts Center is one of them. The Pine Knot Gallery in Cloquet is the second one. The Magnolia Cafe.
Wow. You guys have everything going on over there. Wow.
So that is a big event.
That is awesome.
We try to have it about 3 times a year. Roundabout. And there is a big roundabout in Cloquet that people have to go roundabout to get to the gallery.
That's hilarious.
I just learned something. You can't make the heavy body stuff run.
Oh, it stays put really well, doesn't it?
The red was the liquid stuff. And
Oh.
very nicely. So,
See, we all learned something new today. I just keep adding crap to this one. It's, who knows if this is gonna work at all. It's a whole lot of something.
But it's something.
It is something. We're doing something,
We're
right?
doing something.
You get your behind in the seat and you do something.
Something.
there is nothing more wrong with it.
Ooh, it's looking really nice. Evan. It's colors.
Yeah.
I'm not listening, but,
Anybody painting out there?
It's too quiet. Are we breathing?
So there's one of my favorite ways of doing things with a little bit of bubble wrap. A little bit of powder, some of the pink powder. And I'm still not liking this thing I did, so I'm gonna do something more on this one here. Oh, I didn't lay it down very well. I'm like hiding behind here. You can't see. Nothing to see.
So did you keep your same colors on that bubble wrap?
Yeah.
Or do you clean it?
No.
I like that
Yeah, it's,
variation.
and a lot of times we use this with the kiddo with the tempera paints that he uses from Sergeant Art. We use tempera paint from Sergeant Art. It has the least amount of smelly stuff in it that you can get. I don't think they use that nasty talc, the smelly stuff. So we like to use it with people a lot. Gonna spray it, soak it down again.
Hugo Reed.
yeah, Hugo is a great name.
He picked it himself. Okay, so I'm gonna block this out. Kristen, I'm gonna show this real quick if you wouldn't mind. So I said I didn't like this much, right? And I still don't. So I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna just get some paper towel. I'm just gonna blot and take that out of there, at least quite a bit of it. But in the process, I actually create some interesting texture. And I like that a lot, and I'm liking this better already just by doing that and being able to change the dynamic of that location a lot. And then I can spread it around a little bit more as I go. So don't be afraid to try something. Do not be afraid. Do not afraid of your paintings.
Or do it afraid, right?
Building those layers up. Gotta love it. We need more canvases.
I don't think I'm running out of canvas.
Oh, we should do that sometime. That would be fun.
Exchange.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so fun.
The roundabout.
Yes, I think we did that.
Oh, that's a great idea
We
for
did
the
that
coming
in the
show.
art class.
Yes,
Yes, that would
put
be,
a timer for.
yes, and you keep passing it around. That would be really
So
fun.
right now, I just have
I'm
no
in.
ideas, so I'm just putting more paper on. Layers.
Well, and sometimes, you know, I
Oh
find
my
when I do these shows, sometimes if I'm trying to fill or I think I need to keep pushing, so I keep pushing, and that's when something new comes out. That's why I love doing the shows for me, because a lot of times I'll learn something.
Yeah, we're pushing up to the 1 hour mark, by the
All right,
way.
okay. So this is a lot of fun. I'm going to review some things while she maybe we'll do a one last pan and look through at everybody's work, and you're going to tell your names again on the way out. Okay, but remember, check me out and Kristen and Hugo, our little 4.5-year-old, as we paint our way through the days at davidaustingallery.com on multiple platforms. It's a lot of fun. Our clothing line, the aprons are back.
We got the aprons back.
Aprons are
Yay!
back. The supply line we're going to just deal with. And a couple other new things Kristen designed.
Yeah, new hoodies. Pretty excited.
The hoodies are awesome.
Yeah.
They're really awesome.
Really nice heavyweight all over print.
Yeah.
We're really excited. Printed in New Jersey.
So a little bit closer to home and a little less with the supply chain issues. The other one, Kristen completely redesigned the rest of the clothing line. It's now at muddypaw.net. Muddypaw.net. Get outdoors. That's what it's all about. Family active wear that's based off of our paintings. That's really exciting. And the kits are going to be out soon from Royal Talons. Those are going to be active on our website soon. So stay tuned. We'll be announcing that as well. And what else am I missing? That's it. Right?
Just wander around and have a conversation.
So we're just gonna check in with everybody real quick, and we'll probably still paint after we go because we can't. I still want to do some. I like to step back after we shut down, and then when we turn the cameras off, sometimes those aha moments come from me too because now I've removed that kind of. This is really great. All of you I'm loving what you're doing. This is a really fun. I saw you doing a sgraffito through there. Graffito is when you scratch through it in case somebody you know. Beautiful. Tell me your name again. Margie. And what's your last name, Margie? Also. And where can they find your stuff if they want to find your stuff?
I have Art Margie Hallstrom Art Studio on Instagram and I'm www.margiehallstrom.com.
Nice.
All right.
Got that.
Thank you.
We're going to try and get links up about that in the comments maybe or somewhere. And wow, this is really developing. You're really working. She's the one-armed painter. Are you a left-handed painter too?
No.
Oh, so thank goodness for that. She's not left-handed. Oh, that's like one of my biggest fears. You know. And I've tried painting left-handed. In fact, we did
Oh,
some
yeah,
shows
we did
together.
shows. Yeah,
We did
Seen
some
it all.
interesting effects.
Yeah. So this is really cool. And now you're gonna build this up some more?
Yes, I put that stencil on and it was too in your face, so I'm kind of working over it. So.
And it's interesting what's happened with yours too, was we were talking about that 1/3, 2/3, and whether she knows it or not, she probably knows it. But this has become kind of the 1/3, and then she's got the 2/3 going on here because of the continuity of line, pattern, color, those kinds of things are contributing to the difference. Whereas this is more of a color field kind of approach here, which is really cool. So it happens even if you don't. You work so long, you can get that stuff. And tell me your name again.
Edna Stronquist.
Okay, and where can we find yours?
And the only place I advertise my work is on Facebook.
Okay. On your personal, you want people to know your personal?
No.
Reach out to me if you want to know more about our stuff. We'll get you. Okay, and then the pastel arts, oh, yeah, so did you play with the water a little bit?
Yeah, I didn't care for the water.
You didn't,
Cause I need to
I
prepare
think
paper.
it is the papers, she's working a thinner grade paper, and like I said, I work a mill of 140 pounds. And if you get the cotton, it doesn't go all over the place so much. So we're gonna check back in with her later and see if she gets herself some heavy paper.
Oh, yeah, I wanna learn new and more, so. That's
The
why
other
I'm
option I forgot to mention is the crescent board, crescent watercolor board.
Oh, yeah.
I use a lot of that stuff's great too. Yeah, okay, well, we're gonna,
Kim Moskva, and I'm on Facebook too, and you can look me up. It's my personal page, but it's really not that much personal, or maybe a lot.
maybe, I don't know. Go check it out, find out, who knows? You're gonna get all kinds of random. All over the world. And then, tell the name again, of course.
chairsbychris.com, my website, Chris with a K, and the chair lady, Chris Nelson.
Nice. And where, now they can find it online at your website.
Yes.
Set up for sales then, or they just reach out?
Well, they can, after they can look and see where I have my work.
It's wonderful, wonderful. I had a thought that I needed to mention, and now I can't remember what it was. What was it?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I just have questions, and I'm like, I'm running through my thoughts. Third Saturday is next week.
Third Saturday next week here in Duluth. Come on by the studio, visit us. You guys, I hope to see you too. And we have light refreshments every time like that. We got some exciting stuff coming up, but we can't talk about it. We always have something going, but this is really cool. It's just say it's something for the moving industry. Just say that. So that's it. Everybody good? And we're gonna check out from everybody. I'm again David Austin with davidaustingallery.com and my lovely entourage of women who came and painted with me today. It's so exciting. I learned some stuff. I hope you did too. We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. And we're not out yet, so nobody say anything bad. Woo-hoo. Bye, everybody. See you.
Nice.